Have you ever noticed how girls seem to mature faster than boys, especially during the teenage years? It's a fascinating phenomenon that many of us observe in schools, homes, and social settings. But why does this happen? It's a common observation, and there's actual science behind it. Researchers have delved into this topic extensively, uncovering intriguing insights about the developmental differences between girls and boys. Girls and boys don't just grow physically at different paces. Their emotional and cognitive development also follows distinct timelines. This means that while boys might excel in certain areas, girls might lead in others. Their brains mature differently too, leading to differences in behavior, emotional control, and how they handle the challenges of growing up. For instance, girls often develop stronger verbal and social skills earlier, while boys might show strengths in spatial and physical activities. This difference in the pace of maturity is completely normal. It's a natural part of human development and varies from individual to individual. Recognizing this can help us appreciate the unique strengths each teenager brings to the table. It's influenced by a fascinating mix of biology, brain development, and even social factors. Hormones play a significant role, as do genetic factors and the environment in which a child is raised. All these elements combine to shape the unique developmental journey of each teenager. Understanding these differences can help us navigate the teenage years with more empathy and support for both girls and boys. By fostering an environment that acknowledges and respects these developmental variations, we can better support our teenagers in their journey to adulthood. Let's celebrate the diverse paths they take and the unique contributions they make to our world.
One of the most significant drivers of the maturity gap between boys and girls is the difference in hormones. These chemical messengers play a crucial role in shaping not just our bodies, but also our minds and behaviors. During puberty, girls experience a surge in estrogen, while boys see a rise in testosterone. This hormonal influx triggers a cascade of changes that are both physical and psychological. These hormones don't just control physical changes like breast development or voice deepening. They also influence growth spurts, muscle mass, and even the distribution of body fat. Beyond the physical, these hormones have a profound impact on brain development. The brain undergoes significant restructuring during adolescence, and hormones like estrogen and testosterone are key players in this process. Estrogen, often called the female hormone, plays a role in emotional processing and social behavior. It enhances the brain's ability to process emotions and respond to social cues. This might explain why girls often develop more advanced social skills and emotional awareness earlier than boys. They tend to be more empathetic and better at reading social situations. On the other hand, testosterone, the male hormone, is linked to risk-taking behavior and physical development. It encourages traits like competitiveness and assertiveness, which can sometimes lead to boys being more impulsive and prone to taking risks. Understanding these hormonal differences helps us appreciate the unique developmental paths of boys and girls. It sheds light on why they may excel in different areas and face distinct challenges during their teenage years.
The teenage brain is a work in progress, undergoing massive rewiring and reorganization. This period of adolescence is marked by significant changes in the brain's structure and function, setting the stage for adult behavior and cognitive abilities. This process, crucial for developing complex thinking and emotional regulation, doesn't happen at the same rate for girls and boys. While both genders experience these changes, the timing and pace can vary significantly, influencing their behavior and emotional responses. One key area of development is the prefrontal cortex, the brain's CEO, responsible for decision-making, planning, and impulse control. This region is essential for higher-order thinking and helps teenagers navigate complex social situations and academic challenges. This area matures later in boys, potentially contributing to their increased impulsivity and risk-taking behavior. Boys might be more prone to seeking out new experiences and taking risks, which can be both beneficial and problematic during their teenage years. Another crucial region is the limbic system, the emotional center of the brain. This area is responsible for processing emotions and is highly active during adolescence. influencing how teenagers feel and react to different situations. This area develops earlier in girls, potentially explaining why they might experience and process emotions more intensely than boys during adolescence. Girls may be more attuned to their emotional states and those of others, which can affect their social interactions and relationships. Understanding these differences can help parents, educators, and teenagers themselves navigate this critical period of brain development more effectively.
Brain development isn't just about which areas develop first. It also involves changes in the brain's building blocks, grey matter and white matter. Grey matter, packed with brain cells, is responsible for processing information. White matter, made up of connections between brain cells, helps different brain regions communicate efficiently. During adolescence, girls experience a decrease in grey matter and an increase in white matter earlier than boys. This suggests that girls' brains might become more streamlined and efficient in processing information. This could explain why girls sometimes excel in tasks requiring language skills, multitasking, or emotional intelligence earlier than boys.
Pruning season, shaping the teenage brain. Imagine a garden where you need to trim back some branches for the remaining ones to grow stronger. That's similar to what happens in the brain during synaptic pruning. This process eliminates unnecessary connections between brain cells, making the brain more efficient. Interestingly, girls start and often finish this pruning process earlier than boys. This might contribute to their earlier development of advanced cognitive skills and emotional regulation. While boys might catch up later, this earlier pruning could give girls a head start in certain areas during the teenage years.
Society's role: boys will be boys. While biology plays a significant role, we can't ignore the impact of social and environmental factors. Cultural expectations, parenting styles, and even peer interactions can influence how boys and girls experience and express their development. Traditional gender roles often encourage boys to be more physically active, assertive, and suppress their emotions. In contrast, girls are often encouraged to be nurturing, emotionally expressive, and focus on relationships. These expectations can influence how teenagers develop their social skills, emotional intelligence, and even their career aspirations.
This difference in the pace of maturity can lead to some interesting and sometimes challenging dynamics between teenage boys and girls. Girls, with their earlier development of emotional processing and social skills, might seem more mature in their relationships and communication styles. They might be more interested in complex conversations, emotional intimacy, and navigating the complexities of friendships. Boys, still developing their impulse control and emotional regulation, might seem more interested in physical activities, risk-taking, and less emotionally expressive. They might struggle to articulate their feelings or understand the nuances of social interactions in the same way as their female peers.
It's essential to remember that every individual develops at their own pace. There's a wide range of variation within genders, and these are just general observations.
However, recognizing these differences in maturity can help us navigate the teenage years with more empathy and understanding. Parents and educators can tailor their approaches to support the unique needs of both boys and girls. Open communication, active listening, and creating a safe space for teenagers to express themselves are crucial steps in bridging the maturity gap and fostering healthy relationships.
Rather than viewing this difference in maturity as a disadvantage for either gender, we can celebrate it as a testament to the diversity of human development. Boys and girls bring unique strengths and perspectives to the table, and their different paces of maturity enrich the tapestry of human experience. Boys might excel in areas requiring spatial reasoning, while girls might shine in tasks requiring empathy and communication. The journey through adolescence is a complex and fascinating one, filled with physical, emotional, and social changes. Understanding the science behind why boys mature slower than girls, at least in some areas, can help us create a more supportive and empathetic environment for all teenagers. By recognizing these differences, celebrating individual strengths, and fostering open communication, we can empower teenagers to navigate the challenges of adolescence and emerge as confident and well-rounded adults.